Bone saws ready.
Hey yo,
How y'all doing? This is another episode of the In and Out podcast.
Bone saw?
we're referencing characters from Spider-Man 1. Okay, Why not?
Macho Man, R.I.P. Anyway, we're covering
relevant.
Speaking of superhero movies, well, superhero content, I guess it's superhero content. We're gonna be covering and reacting to the trailer of The Boys that recently dropped. We were gonna do the teaser trailer initially, but we never posted that, did we? The teaser trailer. We know we recorded that. We just decided not to. It was like a teaser trailer before this. It was literally just them promoting.
Oh yeah, we
saw that. It was like, it's not even
what is
Right.
this? Yeah.
So this is the actual trailer we've been waiting on for like a couple months now.
Yeah.
We're gonna be reacting to it. We're excited. We're big fans of the series. I'm ready to see what the fuck happens, especially after watching the Diabolical animated series.
Right on.
All right, so let's get into it.
So, let me say it again, Cam. I may be a superhero, but I'm also just a man who fell in love with the wrong woman. Just a man who fell for the wrong woman. Fell for the wrong woman. But out of crisis comes change. Out of crisis comes change. So I spent the last year really slowing down and reconnecting with myself. And I am very excited for everyone to meet the real me.
Oh God.
There's something wrong with Homelander. There's something broken. He's lost his fucking mind.
Love, mommy, daddy, and Abu. Hey, oh!
We've been on the straight and narrow all year. No killing soups, no drinking. Even follow Hugh Campbell's orders without strangling him.
Now you're just being cruel.
Or maybe you're not such an asshole.
Damn.
You have to work for Hugh. Hugh is.
People love superpowers.
But real power
Esposito.
isn't this.
Got a sword now?
It's the ability to bend the world to your will.
The gloves are off. Thought we could fight Vought the right way, but we can't. It's all rigged. We have to do it your way.
Oh shit.
We're all we've got. It's up to us. I think I have something. Maybe we can use it to blow Homelander's fucking brains out.
Winchester.
What's this?
Makes you a soup for 24 hours. You're gonna need it.
The whole point of what we do is that no one should have that kind of power.
For once, I'll level the fucking playing field.
I show people the real me. I mean, they fucking love me.
By the heroes of
Fuck!
Jesus Christ.
That's a lot of.
Christ. Soldier Boy.
Oh shit. So that was interesting to say the least. That definitely was what I was expecting when it comes to a Boys trailer. Well, the Boys trailer.
Yeah.
Let's start with obviously the thing that I think is gonna be the theme of this season is the descent into madness of almost like the Patriot of Homelander. I've been waiting. I'm ready for them to wrap this up with this season, honestly, with his whole descent into madness, because I feel like they've been building up to this for like the previous 2 seasons, where you're slowly getting more and more unhinged to the point now where this motherfucker was making people dress up like the woman he murdered and doing. I'm like, at this point, like, he's as crazy as can be. When are we going to end this? Because at this point, there's no more I say growth, but no more descent that we can really do besides him going on like a random murder spree of regular people.
I think
he's murdering people and getting them to cheer about it. That's pretty bad.
I think I don't know the full extent of that. I've only read a few of the comics. Otis has read a lot more than I have, I think. I know that it's not the longest run, but it seems like Homelander could potentially become a full megalomaniac, God mode, just villain. Like, I don't give a shit anymore. Because if you think about it in lots of ways, it's almost like, who can stop him? it's almost like it's just by choice that he doesn't just go full mad, go crazy on it. So I think that's the thing. You're saying what's left? How much further could he descend? I say the pendulum could just swing the opposite direction, having to say, "Fuck it, I'm going to go just destroy the world because no one can stop me."
All right, which I expect to see that in this. The only reason I say I expected to see it in this season because now they're introducing like at least 2 different things that can like he said in the trailer, level the playing field. Now they've introduced Soldier Boy, which initially I thought he was going to be like another version of Cap and just be like the super soldier, but from the last portion of the trailer, it looked like he had some other powers added on that makes him stronger shit.
Yeah, I know what he is.
Yeah, so and then that plus the serum that gives like I guess another version of what's the
V. The Compound V.
Compound V. So I'm like, damn, okay, so now we have 2 things that can help them level the playing field and getting rid of Homelander finally.
Because I know in the comic books they do have that. The boys do have
powers. Yeah,
they get powers to fight. Yeah. So I know that has happened.
Because I was like, for 2 seasons, I'm like, what the hell are they gonna do to stop this dude? Because initially at this end of the previous season, I thought it'd be his son. I thought they'd do like a time jump and like train his son up, and that'd be the whole arc with that. But I'm like, all right, cool. Then that's like 2 more seasons to add on now. Because now you got to train his son up and then deal with the whole thing of committing patricide and shit like that. But
right,
I'm interested. I'm interested to see the wrapping up of the Homelander story. I don't know if that's like the end of the show, but I think they're gonna wrap that shit up this season.
I don't. I think this is the beginning into madness. I think they're about to start going crazy. I think.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel like they got at least off of seeing that. I think maybe like 2 seasons at least more.
I agree because in the first season, what kept him at bay was Elizabeth. I can't remember her name. I apologize. Elizabeth Shue's character. He was doing what he could, basically trying to appease her and trying to be with her in some sense. And then when that dream fell apart, he kind of fell apart. Season 2, it was Butcher's wife that he was kind of with, and then also it was because there was a whole idea of him having a family and that son, and then the woman, the other, I forgot what was her name, Storm.
Stormfront. Yeah.
Stormfront, right? And he had a relationship with her. Yeah, and so those 2 women, those 2 relationships kind of kept him at bay again, and also trying to appease them. And then now, if he's unchained, if there's no one and nothing to kind of like keep him bound, or that he's trying to appease, that like Otis said, I see him like saying, "Well, F it, I can just do whatever I want." And if people want me to be more of who I am, why would he slow down? Why would he stop?
So this is just my prediction for the season. I guess we'll revisit this if I was correct or not. When they say Soldier Boy, that being his name, I'm gonna assume he was like a war hero. So I'm gonna assume that he has good public image amongst the fucking, at least in America in general. So introducing a character like him, where he has in the same amount, if not more, good graces in the public as Homelander, and they brought him back to kill him, which at this point he could be teaming up with Homelander. We don't know that yet. They could be teaming up together. I don't know.
It's possible. I don't.
I mean, put this way, like from that trailer, it looked like, well, 1, Soldier Boy is pretty unhinged himself. 2, he had been captured and essentially put on ice, kind of like Captain America, because they were down into some lab or something, getting him out, and that's when he did the chest blast.
It looked like he had been like he's a prisoner of war, and he had been caught. It's supposed to Cap was frozen for several years, like he was trapped. I don't know the story, but like, he was not there happily. He had a big mangy beard. Like I've been here.
The way it looked is that he was probably like the original, they already showed like who the original Compound V test subject was. He's probably like one of the very early on test subjects, and they like put him on ice. And he's been in Vought's lab forever, like sitting there. So he probably has a hate boner for Vought, which may lead him to have a hate boner for Homelander now that he's like a higher level in control of Vought now. So I think pitting those 2 against each other, and I don't see any scenario where you have those 2 having a fight in the public, which it'll probably be in the public, and they'll probably have bite on some Man of Steel type shit with Clark and General Zod. That's what I imagine this season being. It's like a build up to like that, and then however that outcome comes. At this point, now you have 2 people that are in the good graces of the public. One of those people aren't going to be in the good graces of the public anymore. One of them, and they're both unhinged. That's possible. So I don't know if it'll be Homelander or not, but we know at this point the only thing keeping Homelander from being like a super murderer is his image that he cares about. He cares about what people think of him. So if people hate him again, like they did previously, I think it's probably he's gonna be on some Dr. Doom type shit and just want to say fuck everything and murdering everybody.
I don't doubt that they'll do something along the lines of what you're thinking, but I think it's gonna take them 2 seasons to do that. I think it's gonna be like, for this season, essentially they just find him and try to build a relationship with him. Next season they get him in the public standing. 3rd season they have the best payoff. Well, yes, yeah.
Which I wouldn't be mad at that.
Yeah, because this is season 3. Yeah, so I think are they signed on for is it 2 more or 2?
I think they have signed on for 5.
So I think it's 3 and 4. I think they signed for another season after this. I think I'm not entirely sure, but I
gotta check. I thought it was
I need to check as well. But I know it seems they have aren't these episodes? I'm sorry, these seasons 10 episodes apiece.
I think so, right?
Or at least that. So that's a lot of content. That's a lot of, or maybe 8, maybe 8.
So what I assumed what happened with that is to them wrapping up this Homelander story, and then because Butcher's going through this descent, and then he'd be the main villain, he'd take over and place a Homelander for the next 2 seasons. Is what I thought would happen in my head. That's like
I don't know.
It's just a cliche that I won't even say a cliche, but I've seen stories like that where you fight so hard to destroy something, you become what you hate.
Yes, and that seems very. And they mentioned Mother's Milk says it. Yeah, Mother's Milk clearly says we do what we do to keep people from like us existing, basically, as far as the supers. But it also seems like obviously Butcher is an unhinged man who's a maniac. In the comic books, he's even worse. It's crazy. So it's clearly if you give him power, it's like that's the worst guy to get power. And also his wife died at the end of. You saw how he was pretty much ready to just like kill everything. It's a miracle he didn't. So now you give him power, and also he has. It showed he's reporting to Huey, who was originally he's kind of like his
flunky,
his lackey and flunky. Yeah. I mean, he's ready to just kill everything under the sun. So I'm curious to see what actually happens. I see it more. It may be a situation where I don't know if it'll come down to Homelander versus Butcher at the end, and it's kind of big huge finale, a fight like that. I don't know if it'll come down to Soldier Boy versus somebody at the end. I don't know what it'll be, but it'll probably be something where it's a very public bash where the public does see these guys unchained in their real form, no holds barred, and it's kind of like whatever destruction is left, everyone's judged.
Which I mean, my guess is. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that Butcher thing was my guess too, because they also mentioned that he hasn't done shit for, at least they've been monitoring him, and he hasn't done shit for, was it 2 years, or what was the time span? I forgot what the time span was.
Yeah, they mentioned how long.
So it's not like he's been plotting some shit. If he hasn't been out killing soups or doing anything crazy, he's probably plotting some big shit for the season.
I'm sure he has been. Yeah.
Yeah. My guess is this season ends with a very public fight between Butcher and Homelander. Neither of them die, but Butcher is regarded as the villain because he's attacking Homelander.
Probably.
Right.
Probably. Yeah, because it's fun because we haven't had, even though there's been confrontations of some kind between Butcher and Homelander, they haven't been able to actually fight. It's obviously this is meant to be a metaphor or analogous to Batman and Superman, and they can't really have a fist fight in that sense. This could be given an opportunity for them to actually have a fist fight and see how that would play out.
I'm excited. Only thing I need to happen, I need this to be almost in a similar vein to Game of Thrones, where we saw Cersei Lannister do the most diabolical, fucked up shit for like 8 seasons, and then her death was like very mediocre. I'm like, I need to see Homelander die in the worst way possible. I need his shit to be dragged out, and like I need that satisfaction that because they made me hate this character and dislike this character. I need that return, unlike my hate that you made me build up for this character now. Don't give him like an easy way out or a quick death.
You mentioned Game of Thrones. He's essentially the Joffrey of this series. And remember when Joffrey died in season 4? After that, it was kind of everything went downhill.
Yeah. What is this show without Homelander?
What is this show without Homelander? Because think about it, all the other supers in a lot of ways, even A-Train, all of them, they're just people trying to do their best. They may be flawed, but they're just people. Not Maud. Her name's not Maud. I'm sorry. What's her name? Maeve.
Maeve, yeah.
Maeve is pretty much borderline a actual hero, wants to be a actual legitimate hero. If you remove Homelander, there almost is no presence of, it's a vacuum where there's no actual evil in a sense.
Yeah. I mean, for the ending of the series, this isn't like, I don't need to see him die at the end of the series, but when they kill him off, I need that shit to be horrific.
That has to be the end, the very end.
Yeah, like you need to put a punctuation mark on the show with his death.
Right, I agree, and it should be epic. It should be a grand finale type of thing, or something really, captivating. I agree.
Yeah, like I really feel like this is the beginning of his dissension into in the public being a hero, but truly being the villain. I think that's what this season is.
Yeah, y'all know Injustice, right? Injustice, Gods Among Us. Yeah. That's how I see him. He's like the Superman. This is kind of that start, because that's in the comic book. It's a very good comic book, actually. Made a comic book in the games. It's a longer descent when things happen. Way better, much better comic book. But it starts off when Superman kills the Joker, and then things get much worse. And that's kind of where it's like, now I'm a god. I am God. I'm Hyperion times 10. Fuck all y'all type of thing. I see that's happening with the Homelander.
Right. Which, honestly, his death, I don't want his death to be on some Caesar type shit, where it's like the cast that's been around that he's traumatized up to this point all get like a stab at him. If y'all know what I mean, like when they
that's for sure how he goes down. That's for sure how he goes down.
I need that to happen. I need like Yui to fucking kick him or some shit, or Starlight. I need everybody just to like get back and have that be like the resolution.
I'm pretty sure like it's gonna end with Vought completely turning against him. They'll be teamed up with Butcher and them, and then they all just take him down with something that new that actually gives them the advantage to do that, because now they still can't do it.
He does have one. There is one being like you mentioned his son earlier, Dev. His son actually does have the same powers and abilities as him. If his son needs enough time to train in some sense, a few more seasons or whatnot, he could take him down. It's possible. He's the one person who couldn't get killed by him, basically. There may be a little bit of time jump. But there's another thing too. It's similar to we all love Invincible, and in Invincible, the character I forgot his name. Was it not Nolan? The guy that's voiced by Walton Goggins. The guy has a long, almost white mullet that's bald in the front.
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah, I can't think of his name.
One eternity later.
Cecil.
Cecil. 100% Cecil. Yeah, good save.
Yeah.
But yeah, it feels like Giancarlo Esposito could. He's not. He always has a backup plan within the backup plan within the backup plan for something like this, I imagine.
Well, that's all the thoughts I have on it. This has been another episode of the Then and Now podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. We will see you guys next time. Fuck.
Starlight, please try not to be useless this season again.
Killing her soccer and shit, huh?